All right, it's finally day one of the TTO Championship. We're excited to go. We've been waiting way too long for this. 3 long days of practice. We got some bites, wasn't bad, but we are excited to see what we actually found. That's always our biggest thing, what we actually found, because we really never know. We're not those guys that like pressure fish very hard and lean on them. We kind of get an idea and then hope to figure it out in the tournament. That's usually the way we fish tournaments. And every once in a while we find something that's like we know when we show up it's gonna be the deal, but rarely the case. So here we are. We're out there. This is our first spot. We're gonna go fish the grass and see what happens.
I think you're gonna like my grass. Well, maybe we haven't got to the big part yet.
So Russell's really been fishing the grass way more than me. So he's kind of already got dialed in on what he's going to throw. I've got like 3 baits tied on, or 4. I'm not really sure. I got a top water. I got a swim jig. I got a swim bait. I've got hybrid hunter. Now I'm just going to kind of like mess around with certain things, kind of get the feel of it. That's the only way I know how, like whatever feels right. I'm throwing a swim jig at first, and I have not thrown a hybrid hunter since I've been here. But I'm going to pick one up. Because I got one tied on, like I was like, you know, never know. It doesn't feel like they should bite a hybrid hunter. I don't know why that is, but I'm like, I'm at least going to give it a shot.
God dang it, my bad, dude. I knew he was barely hooked. My bad. I thought I had him after all that. God, he fought hard. A 3-pounder maybe. Dude, he barely just was on there. My bad. When he came up right there, I'm like, dude, he has 1 hook in him, back hook. That's how he hit. Dang it. I thought after all that, I tried to actually take some of them a little bit and like. Makes me feel better though that, you know. I thought after he made all those runs, I'm like, okay, we're cool. Like I touched this little piece of grass and it was like, just all of a sudden got a little head, like no hit, no nothing. Right. I don't even know if he was 3.
Pretty good one.
That's all.
No, I did too. He was at least 3 pounder.
Yeah, you think so? He just, I would say he almost got to 3 only because of his fighting. Because at first I just thought he was like a 2.5. There you go. That's a pretty good sign though, huh? I'm just talking about like every other spot. The fact that like, dude, I hope you got some. Yeah. Okay. I didn't bring any. He hit hard.
Got one tied on. Oh no, it don't.
So yeah, that's not exactly how you want to start off the tournament. When I was fighting it, I looked up and it had 1 hook. I could see 1 hook, the back hook in its mouth, and I was going, oh crap. And you heard me say, Like, hey, I only got one hook in it. And it didn't, I'll be honest with you, it didn't like make a run. It didn't do anything. When it came off, I'd kind of gotten through the run of it and the hard pull, everything that kind of like would make me think that it was going to come off. And then it was just kind of going off. It was going to make a round, right? It was just going to make a half circle right into the net. It just came off. And I was going, great. It did not bite hard. That was interesting. It was just on there. It's not usually like how I like them to bite, but it is what it is. It was 3.5 pounder. Maybe just a 3. I don't know. It looked okay out there. It definitely fought harder than a 3-pounder. Russell thought it was a little bit bigger. Maybe I was saying it was smaller, so I didn't feel that. I don't know. But yeah, that's not how you wanted to start off.
They really have grown. I consider it a decent drag.
Big one, dude. I don't know what's going on with the grass. I don't know where he's at. Crap. Just go. Don't worry about that. Where's all them rods? Oh, that's why. My bad. That's why he was like, that's why he took off on me. Because like when I hit him, he goes, oh. I saw that. That was a cluster.
Yeah. I freaking had a long ass bomb cast out there. I was trying to get it out of your way.
I got him, man.
Little fat guy.
That's what I thought the first one would be.
Yeah, he wasn't much bigger than that. I thought he was a little longer. Bubba kicking that chatterbait.
Dude. Tell you that one, like I got to the top of it, it just goes, wait, hold up, go too. I'm just glad I had a weird, I'm like, I gotta make the swim jig. I'm like, there's so much.
Wrapped around a couple of times.
Did I hit that? Like, this is the sweet spot.
Up to in front of this little way.
Yeah, like I was just like this, and just gets to the top of the grass and just tink. When I freaking bowed him up, dude, he freaking jetted
I
out.
saw that. I thought it was gonna be like a 6-pounder.
I did too. Well, I thought it might be bigger, but then it like, I was like, man, maybe I got a whole bunch of grass on it. I was like, hell, do I even have it on? Because it didn't make any more sense. So, listen. Okay, so you see that stick up there on the thing? It's got no, no, what?
All right, this one bit totally different. This one absolutely knocked the heck out of it. It fought hard. When I bowed it up, it shot off about 30 feet to the right, like just screamed out of there. That's why I thought it was a big one. Usually a lot of times big ones do that. They leave shallow water like that and just scream off. When I got it in, I had one hook on the top of its head. That's not probably where I hooked it. In the sense that it's probably where I hooked it. A lot of times what will happen is you'll get the front hook in their mouth and then the back hook will go over and hit them in the top of the head like that. And I could see a little spot in the front of its mouth where the front hook was there. And then as you fight them, you know, that'll come off. And luckily the back hook still got him. Nothing you can do about that. I got him in. That's why I thought it was a big one. So if nothing else, I'm like, hey, at least I figured out something that they'll bite. But man, we've kind of fished this area really, really hard. He was expecting more bites here, and he's having a hard time getting bit on a chatterbait. So there's a bit of a concern, but not too bad. We wanted to get at least 2 to 3 fish out of here. We should have had 2. We got 1. He does finally catch a fish on a chatterbait. It's a keeper. It's nothing big, but it is a keeper. I ended up catching another small one on the hybrid hunter. He caught another small one on the chatterbait. We've got 2, should have 3. We know we're not going to get a lot of bites, so that one did hurt. The size of it's not that big of a deal, but we were a little concerned about the number of bites we're going to get. We fished this probably a little bit longer than we thought we were going to, just because we just wanted to make sure. And now we're off to go fish more grass. We're going to go see if we're going to be able to get on this other spot that he really wanted to fish. He wanted to start on, but he was worried about other people starting on it. And we didn't want to have to drive all the way over there and then back over here. So here we go. We fished a little bit of it. There were some people in the way. And he's like, hey, man, let's get out of here. We'll come back when they're not here. So that's what we did.
Hey, let's fire up and go behind those guys.
They're a long way from where I.
So we went to his other spot. He had a bite here, maybe 2, I think. Looked really good. We fished it hard. I think we might have had a bite there. I'm not sure. Anyways, I was like, man, I'm gonna tie on this swim bait and see if I can get a bite on it. It's a swim bait that I really, I wouldn't say fast, but on top of the water to a degree. Like it's not under the water. It's a fast moving swim bait. Got 2 treble hooks on it. I'm not even paying attention half the time when I'm throwing it, you know, because they just load up on it. Anyways, I load up.
I don't know what I have. I guess that's a bass. Dude, I have no idea what I have. Turtle. Do I have a turtle? Like, how in the world? Hey, stop it.
Fire behind, you want real fire?
Yeah, I just grabbed it, whatever. It's not that bad. I got it. Oh. Now what? That's your fault, dude. I had you unhooked. Stop. Now that's a first. I was like, I got one. And then it was like, why is it acting? I'm like, well, I can't have grass on it. I was like, I looked out there, I'm like, see a swirl. I mean, you know, I wouldn't watch it. I just felt something. Did he just happen to come out there at the perfect time?
I caught this turtle in its mouth out there in the middle of, I mean, it wasn't like it was on top of the water. I was not even looking at it. That's the first for me. I really did. I was like, when I was reeling in, I'm like, what do I have on here? Like, I thought at first it was a bass for sure. Nothing else has ever really eaten that thing but a bass. Yeah, turtle. Yeah, great. So we left there, hit 1 or 2 other spots in the grass, nothing. And I said, okay, let's just roll over here to this point. I got bit over here, and yeah, we'll see. I got bit and saw another one. I might even got another bite there. I'm not sure, but we're gonna fish this real quick before we go hit some of our really deep stuff.
All jacked up. Little spot. Dang, my drag. I don't like that. Dude, I was like, man, I got away from it. I couldn't see anything. And all of a sudden, it freaking smoked it. And I was like, man, that's heavy. I'm just going to set the hook.
But I don't know how good it is. And then all of a sudden, you'll get close to it. And it looks pretty, that's why I was like, well, it looks, like you can kind of see something. Like, I can see whatever that is. I can see, like, far away.
That might be.
I had a bite right just a second ago too.
Yeah. I figured you get bit out here. I mean, every time I kind of did this, I got bit.
So I ended up live scoping one. I think it was off the same little spot I shook one off in practice. So that was good. And then he catches what I call not a random one, but like one right there too. So now we've got 4. The one spot I had, that one was a spot. It was a big spot. And so we've got 4. We're like, hey, we're fine now. I know none of them are just giant, but like we're gonna go catch some big ones later. We just wanted to make sure we had 4 at this point. So we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. And now we can kind of settle down because what we're about to go do is not gonna get us very many bites, but they have the potential to be big ones. We go to this one little section just because it's right there. We're like, hey, let's look real quick here. I'm gonna see if I can get a bite. I don't think it's that good of a spot, but let's just look at it real quick. We check another little spot. What we're doing a little bit is we have waypoints or little spots we're gonna hit throughout the day, and we don't really know how this place fishes. There's a lot of locals here on this lake, and I say locals. They might not live on the lake, but they fish the lake a lot. So we don't really know which spots are gonna get hit of ours. We don't know if they're like popular spots, not popular. We don't know what we've really found. So we're just like, hey, we're gonna stop on as many of them as we can if no one's on them right now. So far, no one's been on really anything we wanted to fish except that one spot in the grass. So we're just kind of, marking these off, checking them off the checklist. And we've got a couple spots that are way higher up on our list. We've hit a couple ones that we're not worried about. This one right here, this is where I caught an 8-pounder in pre-practice and a 4-pounder on a 10XD in pre-practice. So we're gonna go right out there, check it out. I did shake one off in the practice, in the 3-day practice. I went here one time. I think there was 2 of them down there, and I got one to bite. It looked like a big one, a good one. And so, yeah, we're gonna stop here real quick.
I'm gonna throw my big drink.
Are you?
Yeah. Don't
Or
you
your
think?
worm?
You don't think you would throw my
One of
worm?
the two.
You would throw my worm first?
Probably. I don't know if I'm gonna crank it.
I don't think cranking is like the. I think it's the deal.
Not it, but it's not. Might be it. Okay.
enough of them down there, dude. You know, that was not the one. I mean, it just got heavy. I mean, we might crank now, you know, that got one. I'm telling you, that's not the spot. This is the spot.
Whatever that was, freaking had some on it.
Yeah, maybe it's the same. That's the spot right there. That might be it.
That's the same thing
Okay,
we're looking
I
at.
know. Get closer.
So if you hear me say, hey, it's not a big one, it was like our second biggest fish, or maybe even our biggest fish at the time. But remember, I'm thinking 8-pounders. So I'm like, hey, don't stress out. That's not this like 8-pounder. But it was number 5. It was our second biggest one, or our biggest one so far. So we're going, okay, there were 2 more with it. And I was so excited to get back down there and start fishing for them. And I'll be honest, never saw them again. Never saw those fish, never saw anything else. But shoot, we got 5. Still early on in the day to a degree. It's probably 10 or 11. So we get to fish till 4. So we're doing pretty good right now. Caught that on a minnow. So what do we call it? 2 on a minnow, chatterbait, hybrid hunter, worm. This is what we thought the day was going to feel like. Just a hodgepodge of baits, fishing in 4 foot of water, 10 foot of water, 13 foot of water, 24 foot of water. I mean, we're all over the place. But that's how our practice was. So we leave there, we pull up here. This is a little bitty pile, something down there. And in practice, if y'all remember, I threw my worm out there. It kind of got close. The wind was everywhere. And when I was like, oh, you know, I'm looking around. And all of a sudden, like, I see this big fish swimming away from the pile. And I'm like, oh, what's that thing doing? And I reeled down and it had my bait. And I was like, oh, man, you know, that's a big one. So we're going to pull up there and mess around. So we get up to it. I kind of look in the pile. I don't really see anything. Maybe something off to the side. Throw my worm out there, and it goes down.
I got it just to a degree too. I just been kind of hesitant to want to pull it out. I'll pull it out and I'll put this up. I may want it later. What happened? You got one?
I don't know. I think that's what I was worried about. I might have thrown right on it.
I see this big fish come over and I'm like, hey, man, she's right on my worm. So I'm sitting there shaking it.
Just 360 deal on me, and
You must hit the button.
well, probably I hit your button way bad. I think it's because it's the recess part of it. There she is. There's a big one. Went right to it.
So I keep shaking it, whatever. And about 5 to 10 seconds later, I was like, hey, it's coming back. It's coming back.
God, I think she ate it. Yeah, it's going back down there.
Oh my God. It's right there. It's about to bite. I think. I don't know.
Down there. Catch her on that freaking.
We'll find out tomorrow.